This is part 2 of my unboxing Dacian Nobles, and they're all painted and finished, all nicely based up, ready to hunt down and kill those nasty pesky Romans. Although technically you can use Dacians against Celts and Germans as well, and possibly even Persians if you're going to be fighting the lower part of, well, not Romania, Dacia, that's it, sorry, I had a time spin there for a second. Right, these are the Dacian Nobles. Nice figures. The top of the torsos, which you get in the box, which are lead, actually fit quite well with the actual figures. They look very good. The chainmail is slightly different to the chainmail on the Germans that you get in the box, the plastic Germans, which they've used as the basic for the figures. But overall, it looks really good. You may notice a slightly over-representation of guys in chainmail. That is because when I took the Falxmen out, I took all the armoured chaps out of that box and swapped them over for bare-chested guys. So you can see slightly more armoured troops in this set, but you don't have to do that yourself, of course. But then again, you will be getting Falxmen, so you might do the same. So there's quite a few guys who are armoured, and there's quite a few more guys who are wearing shirts, shirt sleeves, but I've left all the bare-chested guys in the other box, the Falxman box. As you can see, the figures look very animated and very nice, which is what you expect. The command unit is particularly good. I don't really like the guy stood there waving his sword in the air. I was going to use him as a separate general, but then I decided to just have him as an officer. But he's there anyway, and there's a nice trumpet guy with a horn, and of course the Wolf's Head standard. The standard was hollow, it was windsock, and it was designed to howl like a wolf. So when the Dacians marched, they made a howling sound. Dacian actually means wolfman, as far as I understand, so that kind of makes sense. They also wore wolf pelts on their back, and there are a few figures that come with wolf pelts. I am planning on getting some more Republican Romans, which will have lots of pelts in it, which I can stick on the back of the Dacians, but that is a future project and I wasn't going to get bogged down in anything complicated. With this box I wanted to basically stick to what you get in the box. The shields are quite nice. The transfers stick on the shields quite easily, or you do have to put a little bit of glue on them because they come off quite easily as well, but that's just normal for transfers. I usually mix a bit of wood glue in the water with the transfers, and then they stick on and they don't come off at all, so the transfers are just fine. Yeah, overall, nice figures. They fit together very easily, a lot easier than the Falxmen, because the Falxmen come with separate weapons and they can be quite awkward to keep on, to be honest, but these guys, very nice. I've given most of the men spears, as the Dacian medium infantry did fight as spearmen, so I've given quite a few of them spears, but some few have got swords as well. They're just basically Dacian regular infantry. As for the hair, I have done most of the beards and the bits of hair that you can see in dark brown and red, and a few blonde. That's mainly because the average Dacian infantry would be a mix of different nationalities, or different races, different clans if you like, and they were very mixed. There were lots of Celts living in Dacia, and there were lots of Germans living in Dacia, and the Dacians themselves of course were Thracian, so they came from Thrace and northern Greece, so there was quite a mix of races in Dacia at the time. Of course, northern Persians as well. So overall, the Dacian troops are quite nice. The shields are good, the figures are good. Had some fun putting checks on the trousers, if you can see that. You will do in the close-ups. Yeah, overall quite nice. I themed these guys in blue and red. If you can notice, there is a general dark red and medium blue feel to the look of it. I like to try and theme each regiment that I do to give it a regimental feel. Even though they didn't wear uniforms, I like them to look slightly uniform. With my Rebel Jews, I used all white shields, a bit like the Maccabee Jewish revolt. So I painted all the shields, which incidentally came out of this box. I painted them all white. These guys all have a nice shiny shield, but they have a little bit of a mix of colour to make them look nice and irregular, like guys who've just turned up for the battle. You may also notice there's a few Roman helmets mixed in. Of course, the Dacians used a lot of Roman equipment. They made it themselves by copying Roman designs. They also bought Roman equipment before the war, and of course they stole a lot of Roman equipment as well. So there's a few guys with bits of Roman equipment scattered around the army, which looks really good. I like it. I like the theme. So that's the Dacian Nobleman. I will include a slideshow of all the figures at the end of the video, so you can have lots of looks at all the close-ups and stuff. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you.